Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and already we're joined with a player, Miss Ariel James. She is musician too at the National Steel Symphony Orchestra of Trinidad and Tobago, the NSSO. She's also the musical director for the Senior Steel Orchestra of the BATCE Steel. That is a secondary school in Trinidad and Tobago, and she's one of the musical directors there. So Ariel, how are you?
I am pumped. I'm ready. Let's go. 2023 jubilation.
Definitely. And so for this competition, the small bands, you're playing with more than one band. Tell the people, how do you balance the workload of having to play with more than one small band, learning 2 songs, practicing, maybe playing even different bands? What is that like? What is that process?
Well, I know everyone works differently. For me, I choose to do like a schedule on paper itself. So I have my schedule from this time to this time. I'll spend at least 2 hours per band. And I think by minimizing it to 2 hours, for me, it really works in my favor. I'm able to get the music, I'm able to balance the workload, I'm able to get the efficient practice that I need for the more than one bands that I'm playing.
Definitely. I'm not going to ask, what's your process for learning music, or if you use a score sheet or anything, but what I will ask is, how do you balance work as well? Because of course, a lot of these players are full-time workers in their companies and jobs. A lot of them attend school and different everything. How do you cope with all the late nights, all the practices, and yet still have to check in and sign in to work the next day?
Well, how I cope really is by taking it a day at a time, because sometimes in work it might have a different, they might need a different requirement of you as a musician. Maybe we might be doing 2-3 pieces, but you have to be able to switch up on the spot, because that might not happen then. We might have a schedule and then we might have guests coming in, and now you have to cater to those guests who will pass through and work and check out the band while we rehearsing the songs that we already scheduled to. So it's kind of like thinking on the spot, but it's not too hectic because it's not a lot of music that we do in this carnival, because all of us playing for Panorama and stuff. So the workload isn't as heavy, but we have work and we are working and we are here and we love Pan, and that's what we do. Definitely.
So thank you so much, Ariel. Have a good one. All the best for the bands that you're having.
All the best to everyone. Happy 2023, everyone. Let's go.
Nice. So that was Ariel James. She is a member of the NSSO, the National Steel Symphony Orchestra, and of course the members of the NSSO partake, arrange, perform, play and execute drill. A lot of the members of the NSSO are involved in the Panorama because of their love and passion for the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. This is EJ in Rama, Panorama 2023. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EJ in Rama, and we're now joined by Mr. Kayle Noel. He is a musician too at the National Steel Symphony Orchestra, the NSSO, but he's also a tuner and he has his business in that field. So Mr. Noel, tell us, what is the name of your business and what is the nature of your business?
The name of my business is Noel Steelpan Productions. The name says it, simply Steelpan Production, Manufacturing, Tuning Services as well.
Definitely. So this is a busy season for you. Not only are bands asking for new pans, but they're asking for tuning services. What is the workload like, and how are you tackling the workload for when many bands call you to tune or to manufacture?
It is overwhelming, I must say. There's a lot of bands that basically calling, not just bands, but friends as well. My colleagues, they call and say, needed to tune here, you're able, you're available. It's kind of unfortunate that the workmen, the labor is few, right? But there's so many bands out there, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but also regionally and internationally. But it is overwhelming. But we have to get the job done. Have to.
Definitely. And as you mentioned, the laborers are few. We know that you are part of a generation of tuners that are doing well for themselves, very excellent. Some names include Augustus Peters, Mr. Juma Simmons, Mario Joseph, and a few. Tell us, this may be a controversial question, but tell us, what is the future of tuning looking like in your perspective right now?
I must say, honestly, well, in my opinion, I think that we need more. We need more tuners. I can't say exactly what the future looks like. But what I can say for sure is that this will always continue. I guess it's up to us, this generation, to pass on. I mean, we have no other choice but to pass on the knowledge that was obtained The only problem is that it is so, it's a lot of work. Right? It's not a fly-by-night situation. This is a craft that you have to basically do every single day. It's a hard process, but once you reach to there's no end basically. But once you get to the level that as a master tuner level, then everything should be as easy as you can make it to be. But it's up to us, this generation, to of course pass on. I am trying my best to pass on my knowledge of what I have obtained from other tuners that came before me. Right? Hats off to the tuners that came before me. If it wasn't for the tuners back then, I would not have been here in this space today. So I pay homage to the tuners that were there before. Jimmy Phillips, my first ever teacher, I salute you.
Definitely. So, ladies and gentlemen, the tuning process, of course, is very important to the Panorama. And this is Mr. Kayle Noel. Get at Noel Steelpan Productions. You can find them on Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. And this is Mr. Kayle Noel. This is EJ in the Rama. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EJ in the Rama, and we're now joined by Mr. Kareem Brown. What can I say about Mr. Kareem Brown? Right now, he's the captain of the National Steel Symphony Orchestra, the NSSO. He has been an arranger, composer, steel panist for many years. He has worked with many steel orchestras across Trinidad and Tobago and the region. But right now, I'm speaking to him as the arranger of the Highlanders Steel Orchestra, and we're going to ask him what was the name of the song and the story of the song that you all played today.
Right, so the name of the song is A Better Tomorrow. It's composed by Mark Loquan and sung by Terry Lyons. You know, Caribbean, yeah, right? So you don't have to say no more about Terry Lyons. The piece was chosen because it's a piece that was done during the pandemic. And Mark said, hey, Kareem, let's do a series, and we call it Better Tomorrow. We use that title from the song, Better Tomorrow. So you can go up on YouTube, look for a 6-part series, right, done by Maria Nunes, right? So she edited, recorded, did everything to it, and it was posted on the YouTube. So you can check out the 6-part series. So I found it was an inspirational song. I mean, coming from Laventille, we have a lot of struggles and, you know, a lot of hurdles to jump over. So I took it as an inspirational song, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to choose that song and use it. Some of the players didn't want to use it because it's an unpopular song. It's now Patrice Rabbis that everybody know, or whatever the case may be. But after a while, you know, they kind of warmed up to it, and you know, after a while, they just singing the song. It's a better tomorrow, you know, going down the road. The players that comprise Highlanders is in the home headquarters of Unistar Steel Orchestra, which is on the Bertie Marshall Boulevard, Success Village, Laventille. Right, so you have players from up the hill, Laventille. You have players from Pasture Street. You have players from over Laventille, from the Beatum. We are from Intong. We are as far as Shogunas. We have like one player from Shogunas. So it's a geography of players that consist of Highlanders.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the Steelpan creates a better tomorrow for a lot of these young players. And of course, we wish Highlanders Steel Orchestra and you, Mr. Kareem Brown, the best for the finals, and hope to see you there. All the best, and thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great one.
All right.